Hello friends, welcome back to another video. And in the previous video of elasticity, I was not able to complete with the numericals because the video was becoming too long. I didn't want you to waste your time watching the video, a long video with the numericals. So I have decided to make another video for numericals separately. So let's get started. So, to find out the elasticity of demand, there are two ways. First, percentage method or proportionate method, and second, the ratio method. Ratio method is the proportionate method. I've written it over there so that you don't find it confusion. Okay, so to find for the percentage method, elasticity of demand is equal to percentage change in demand upon percentage change in price. Sometimes it is given in the question the percentage of demand as well as price, but such an easy question will not come in the exam as a 4 or a 6 marker. So they might give only the change in quantity or change in price. Then in that case you'll have to find the percentage change in price or quantity, that is demand. So to find percentage change in demand, sorry for the focus, percentage change in demand is change in demand that is given to us, that might be given to us upon initial demand, and percentage change in price is change in price upon initial price. This is how we can find the elasticity of demand. Ratio method. Elasticity of demand is equal to percentage change in quantity upon percentage change in price into initial price and upon initial quantity. These all signify these. Percentage change in quantity is change in quantity. This is known as delta Q and this is known as delta P. So delta Q is change in quantity, delta P is change in price. P is initial price, Q is initial quantity. You will better understand these formulas by doing the numericals. So let's begin with the numericals. I will start with an easy one and move on to the difficult one. I'll give 2-3 examples of all the types of questions, and the most important questions I'll be giving on Instagram. I'll be posting them on Instagram. Do follow me on Instagram. Okay, let's take up an easy example. When price is rupees 10 per unit, demand for the commodity is 100 units. As the price falls to rupees 8 per unit, demand expands to 150 units. Calculate elasticity of demand. So, don't go on the language, just jot down all the points that are given in the question. It is given to us, let's just make a kind of schedule over here. When price is 10, quantity is 100. When price is 8, quantity is 150. So, as you know, in demand, there is an inverse relationship between price and demand. So, as price decrease, demand will increase. You can see price have decreased and demand has increased. So, delta P will be 2 and delta Q will be 50, right? So let's see how to present this in a good way that you can present in the exam. So you'll have to write original, I'm just writing the short forms, you have to write the full forms. Original quantity 100 units. Okay. New quantity 150 units. Make line. Original price 10 rupees 10, and new price is rupees 8. Delta Q is 50 units, and delta P is 2 units. You have to write it in a good writing, and just my table is shaking, so I'm not able to write it clearly. So you are given everything, and you just need to find the elasticity. I hope you remember the formula of elasticity of demand. ED is delta Q upon delta P into P upon Q. What is delta Q? It is 50. Delta P 2. Original P 10. Original Q 100. Just cut everything and you are left with 5 by 2. ED is 5 by 2, and ED will come in points obviously. So let's check our answer. It is 2.5. So, and here you have to put a minus sign as well, because 10 to 8 is 2. So the price is decreasing. So there will be a negative sign over here in a bracket, because the negative sign suggests the inverse relationship, this relationship between price and quantity demanded. So we will put a small negative sign over here. While calculation, you may omit the minus sign, and the elasticity is minus 2.5. And you must write over here, negative sign suggests inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. Hope you got it. And you have to tell that ED is greater than 1, because it is greater than 1. So ED is greater than 1. Negative sign just suggests the inverse relationship. You don't have to think that ED is less than 1. It is greater than 1. It will be less than 1 if it is 0. If it is 0 point something, so it will be less than 1 at the time. So let's move on to another numerical. Okay. Now another type of question is example 6. A consumer buys 80 units of good at a price of rupees 5 per unit. Suppose the price or elasticity of demand is minus 2, but what price will he buy 64 units? Let's jot down everything. So I'm writing OQ. Original Q is OQ. 80 units. New Q, NQ, is 64 units. Delta Q is minus 16. Minus sign suggests an inverse relationship. Then original price is 5 rupees. New price is to be found, question mark, or you may write it as X. And delta P is delta P. Let it be delta P. Change in prices, delta P. And elasticity of demand is minus 2. Okay. So we have to find new price. Let's put everything in the formula. ED is equal to delta Q upon delta P into P by Q. ED is minus 2. delta Q is minus 16 upon delta P is delta P into original P is 5 and original Q is 80. Yes, it is. 5, 1. 1. P is, delta P is 1 by 2. So when we will convert it in points, it will be 0.5. Delta P is 0.5. Let's check our answer. Yes. So now let's make a schedule to understand PQ. Okay. P is 5 and we don't know the new one. Q is 80 and the new Q is 64. When the quantity is decreasing, then the price will the price decrease or increase? You answer. If your answer is that the price will increase, then you are right, because there is an inverse relationship between P and Q. So as the quantity decreases, the price will increase by this. So 5 plus 0.5. So we will write new P is 5 original P plus delta P, new P 0.5, which is 5.5. So new P will be 5.5 and you get your answer. This was another type of question. Now I will be giving you a question on percentage method. Okay, another type of question is elasticity of demand by percentage method. So let's take an easy one. When price of the commodity falls by 80%, the quantity demanded of it increases by 100%. Find out its price elasticity of demand. I hope you remember the formula, the percentage method. ED is percentage change in demand upon percentage change in price is ED. So we have to find ED. We are given percentage change in demand, that is 100%, and percentage change in price, that is minus 80%. Minus sign here suggests the inverse relationship. So just cut it off, and you are left with minus 10 by 8, and you will convert it in points and you'll get the answer as 1.25. Here the minus sign suggests the inverse relationship. So you'll have to tell what is the elasticity of demand. Here as well, elasticity of demand is greater than 1, more than 1. It is elastic demand. Now let's move on to a difficult question. Okay, this is a difficult and a good one. The price elasticity of demand for good X is known to be twice that of good Y. Price of X falls by 5%, while that of good Y rises by 5%. What is the percentage change in the quantities demanded of X and Y? Here in this question, most of the students do a disaster. You have to read the question carefully again, and then you have to think about it, what the question is trying to tell you. Then jot down everything, whatever is given in the question, part by part. For X, make another column, divide your page, and for Y, make other column. You have to do it very neatly so that you don't get confused while doing the question. I am solving the question and then I'll show you the solution and tell you how to do it step 5. Okay, so the solution to that question is, let the elasticity of demand of X be 2 and elasticity of demand of y be 1. I have made this for my convenience if some kind of question requires these schedules, but ignore them because in this question we don't require them. Percentage change in price, that is fall in price, is 5% for x. And just ignore this part and just do this part first. And elasticity is equal to percentage change in quantity upon percentage change in price. Let percentage change in quantity be x, and we have supposed what is ED, and percentage change in price is given to us, that is 5%. So we put it in the formula 2 and 5 and let this be x. 5 to the 10, so x is 10%, and there will be a rise because there is an inverse relationship. So when there is fall in the price, then there will be rise in the quantity. Let's come on to y. Percentage change in price, that is rise in the price, is 5% for y. So let's put it in this formula. 1, we have supposed ED of y to be 1 because it is given in the question that x, the demand for good x is known to be twice that of y. 1 into 5 is 5, percentage x is 5%. That is fall, because there was a rise in price, there will be a fall in price because of the inverse relationship. Let's check the answers now. So the answer is quantity of x will rise by 10% and quantity of y will fall by 5%. I hope you understood this question. I will give another question, something different, that is related to maybe ratio and percentage method will be mixed in the question. I'll just check. If there will be no question, then I will take the unsolved questions. Okay, this is a good question. The price elasticity of this is a 6 marker market. The price elasticity of demand of good X is half the price elasticity of demand of good Y. A 25% rise in the price of good Y reduces its demand from 400 units to 300 units. Calculate the percentage rise in demand of good X when its price falls from 10 rupees to 8 rupees per unit. I'll write all whatever is given in the question and divide it for x and for y in the similar way that I've done in the previous question, and let's just see how it is to be done. It is a 6 marker, mark my words. This type of question will surely come in your exam, and be ready with such kind of questions and do practice such kind of questions. Okay, in this question we have to solve the y part first to get elasticity of y, because elasticity of x and y are related to each other, as we were given that elasticity of x is half the elasticity of y. But if we suppose, then we can say that elasticity of y is 1 and elasticity of x is 1 by 2, that is 0.5, but we have to show it by working. So percentage change in price is given as 25%, and we are given that quantity from 400 reduces to 300 units. So delta Q is 100 units. Now we have to apply the formula that we have written earlier in the beginning of percentage change in quantity. So percentage change in quantity is change in quantity or the 100 delta Q and initial quantity, that is 400. And one more addition to this formula is that we have to multiply 100 as well. So delta Q is change in quantity upon initial quantity into 100. So this is how we have to do, and we get percentage change in quantity as 25%. So ED will be, so for X, we are given the price initial price, new price, we get the delta price. And from y, we get change in quantity of x, that is and ed of x, that is minus 0.5. We have to find change in quantity of x. Percentage change in price is minus 2 upon 10 into 100. Minus 2 is this. It is negative sign because there is a fall. And here as well there is a negative sign because there is a fall, and here ed is minus 1. Therefore, ed of x is also minus 0.5. So percentage change in price is minus 20%. We know the formula, put the formula, and we get percentage change in quantity as 10%. Minus signs get cancelled and we get answer 10. Thank you for watching my videos. Hope you enjoyed the videos and learned everything, and do practice more of such questions. This question is a 6 marker and it is a must to be done.